I collect stories about my life. My favorite ones are brief moments or short conversations with complete strangers, unexpected kindness, or people just opening up about their lives. I want to share a few stories with you and the lessons I've learned and you might benefit from as well. It was a gloomy day in San Francisco, and I love gloomy, but I was too hungover to enjoy it. The night before, I've broken up with someone, and honestly, I don't know if you can break up with someone if you didn't officially date, but it hurt like it was real breakup. So I treated myself to some Chianti at an Italian place in North Beach. It's morning. I'm climbing one of those dreadful hills in the city, looking with disgust at the tourists who are so excited about those freaking cable cars. I'm trying to find my car. I forgot where I parked it the night before. I felt horrible. I probably looked just like I felt. I'm walking and suddenly I hear smile. I looked up and I saw a man walking by. He barely even slowed down. It was so unexpected that I indeed smiled. And I immediately felt lighter, so much lighter. I continued to smile for a while until the pounding headache wiped it. Moral of the story is, say nice things to strangers. Even at the risk of looking weird, it costs you nothing. But this brief moment might be the best thing that's gonna happen to them that day. I drive a Mustang. I love Mustangs. I don't know about other cars, but from my experience, Mustang owners are like an unofficial, unspoken community. They try to drag race you on the freeway. They honk at you at the stoplight just to force you to roll down the window so they can ask what year your car is. They're an amazing, friendly bunch. So one day I was at a parking lot about to leave when a woman probably in her 50s came up to me and started asking me about the car and the year. We chatted for a bit. She told me a story about how when she was younger, she drove a beautiful green vintage Mustang. Then she married a cop, a big fella, and he did not fit in her car. So she decided to sell it. The marriage did not last. She told me, I don't miss the guy, but man, I miss that car. My takeaway? Always choose a car over man. Because men come and go, but they don't make those vintage Mustangs anymore. I was on my way home. I just had a difficult conversation, which ended, or so I think, a challenging chapter of my life. I took a different highway to avoid traffic. Honestly, I always choose the faster, even longer route over a shorter but a painfully slow one. And I stopped at my favorite vista point along that route. Needed to clear my head. A few years ago, I used to live closer and I would stop by there very frequently. I climbed a tree. I have a favorite tree there, which I climbed. Not too high, like the lower branches. I would sit on the tree and read, or just look at the lake, the sunset, and the cars passing by down below. It's a peaceful place. This time, there was a man there. I stood there for a while, looking at the view, trying to decide whether I have time to be sad. Schedule is tight lately. I was about to leave and the man spoke to me. He said something like, "It was different yesterday, huh?" I looked at him, trying to evaluate how creepy he is. He seemed harmless, so I responded that I wasn't there yesterday. We chatted for a little bit. I told him that I actually stop by this vista point pretty much every time when I drive that highway. It is one of my happy places. He smiled and said, "You're gonna have a very happy life because you know how to stop and smell the roses." I thought the roses part was a bit cheesy. Good thing I like cheesy. He reminded me, and I am reminding you that we live in a beautiful world. There is an infinite amount of work tasks, emails, social media content, but you can actually count pretty accurately how many sunsets you've got left to catch. So don't forget to stop, smell whatever you like, and you're gonna have a very happy life. Do you have any stories about strangers that made you smile? Maybe even cry? I would love to know. Share in the comments. Bye. Kitty, how about you get out of here? Out of here, out of here. Say hi. Say hi. Nope. Well then, you're useless to me. Get out of here. You know what? I realized that I am not wearing any socks, and I've been told that I'm not supposed to show my feet for free on the internet. Oh well.